y dos, y dos, una, y dos, una, y dos.
Hello and welcome to Cortez NYC Livestream, the podcast.
This show broadcasts out of New York City.
We are your hosts, Cortez NYC.
And Carla de Puerto Rico.
And on this show, we talk about art, creativity, city life from a Latino perspective. I'm a visual artist.
And I'm a singer.
And this is episode 63, and we have a special guest, D-Double, in the house.
Back at it. Again.
Carla, tell them where they can find us.
As always, you can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, and Spotify, and also on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr.
And don't forget, as always, on my online store, you could find art, posters, original pieces, graffiti pins, stickers, all kinds of goodies. If you're into street art, my online store is corteznyc.bigcartel.com. So go log in and support your favorite artist. And a special shout out to all the people hearing us from around the world.
From United States, Spain, some places in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
So thank you for the support.
All right, this is episode 63. All right, stepping into the verse.
Yeah.
D got a verse?
I'm
What?
about to spit bars right now. Yo, for the purpose of this, you're going to call me Henny D. Not Henny C. Henny D. Because that's what I'm drinking, Hennessy.
All right. So this episode for my art talk, I think we're going to talk about art, but not making art, appreciating art. This is art appreciation episode. We're going to talk about
Love that class.
Spider-Verse.
What?
Yeah,
this
man.
This is my moment. I love that moment.
This is your Eminem moment? This is your 8
many
Mile
levels
moment?
to this. So many levels. So crazy.
So crazy right now. All right, we're going to talk about the movie Spider-Verse. It's not really a review. I mean, it's kind of going to be a review, but it's going to be more of a talk because at this point, I think it's kind of silly to do a review. I think everybody's seen it. Mm-hmm. So all spoilers.
If you haven't,
So exactly.
What are you doing
if
with
you
your life?
haven't,
Te
hello.
jodiste. What are you waiting for, right?
exactly.
Yeah, you got no class if you haven't. You got
that's
no
it.
culture. No culture.
super whack.
Nah, Spider-Verse is a movie. Let me give you guys the breakdown as we always do whenever we talk about movies off the IMDb. Teen Miles Morales becomes Spider-Man of his reality, crossing his path with 5 counterparts from other dimensions to stop a threat for all realities. I don't know if that's the best description.
No, that's confusing.
Let's try this
as hell.
one more time.
It's confusing as hell.
Teen Miles Morales becomes Spider-Man of his reality, crossing his path with 5 counterparts from other dimensions to stop a threat for all realities. That's the worst.
That's so
That
horrible.
is
Who wrote
the
that?
worst plot.
I could have done a better
Summary.
job than that. That's ridiculous.
That's a really bad description. All right. But Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is the name of the movie. It's 2018, rated PG. It's described as an animation action adventure. It's directed by, I see the billing, they have 3 directors here. They have a Bob Persichetti, Peter Ramsey, and Rodney Rothman. I never really heard of any of them.
Nope.
I
But
know.
now you know.
Well,
Exactly.
actually, I think one of these guys. Let me see real quick. Yeah, one of them did Minority Report.
That's why it's like
Rise of the
futuristic.
Guardians,
All
The
right.
Core. I mean,
Makes sense.
these directors are they have some credits, but I just never really heard of them.
Yeah.
Especially for an animated movie like this, you'd be like, what are you bringing, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the actors, as far as what I see here, we
The
have
voices behind the characters.
Yeah, we have as Miles Morales, we have Shamik.
More or something like that? No.
Yeah, let me.
Yeah, he did a really good job.
Shamik Moore.
Yeah.
Shamik Moore. You got Jake Johnson as Peter B. Parker. You got
Also a great job.
Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah, that's the girl from Transformers.
Okay.
Oh.
And
Alright.
no, not Transformers, Bumblebee.
The new,
Yeah.
the new
So
one.
wow, she out here just winning.
Yeah. You got this one is actually a good one. You got Mahershala Ali.
Yeah.
He's actually a good actor. He was in he's in
Who did he play? Oh,
Daredevil.
the uncle. Yeah.
Yeah, the uncle. He was in Daredevil. He was in what's the other one? The
House of
Moonlight.
Cards?
Moonlight.
Yeah, and House
Moonlight.
of Cards. I forgot that was him.
Yeah, he was in House of Cards.
Holy shit, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Then we also have Brian Tyree Henry. Haven't really heard of him.
Don't know who that is.
Lily Tomlin. I was surprised they dug her up.
Oh, she's Doc Ock. No?
She's Aunt May.
Same thing.
Then you got
I was right.
Luna Loren Velez, Zoe Kravitz. I didn't know Zoe Kravitz was in
Who's
it.
Zoe
was she?
Kravitz?
Zoe Kravitz was Mary Jane.
Oh, the
Yeah.
blonde Mary Jane.
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. All right.
Then we got my second favorite person in the movie, John Mulaney. John Mulaney's a
Oh.
comedian. He's
The
a
comedian.
Spider-Ham.
Uh-huh.
He stole it from me. He stole it.
Yeah, he was funny.
Then you got Penny Parker's Kimiko Glenn. Never heard of her. You got Nicolas Cage as Spider-Man
My
Noir.
guy.
Spider Noir. Catherine Hahn. Never heard of her. She was Doc Ock. Liev Schreiber.
Lee Schreiber was it? Who was he? He was
Wilson Fisk. He was a Kingpin.
Kingpin.
Ah.
Then Chris Pine is Peter Parker. Chris Pine is the guy from
Star Trek.
Star Trek, yep.
Yeah.
Natalie Morales, never heard of her. Let's just keep going. Edwin H. Bravo. Oscar Isaac was in it. I didn't know he was in it.
I don't even
Who
know
was
that
he?
is.
Oscar Isaac is the guy from the Rogue one.
Oh, now
okay,
I know
okay.
who he is.
Yeah.
Big guy,
Yeah, he was in it. He was called
He's like
Interesting
the-
Person Number One.
Nice.
Okay,
Stan
so
Lee was in
random.
it as himself.
Uh-huh.
And then it's a bunch of names I never heard
Yeah.
of. So
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
just
yeah.
stop it there. But
All
a
the
lot of
random.
actors, a lot of voices, a lot of talent.
Yeah.
So I guess now is the moment of truth. D, tell us what you thought of Spider-Verse.
I've got nothing to say. No. You know what? You know what's crazy about it is that I didn't expect too much from it,
Uh-huh.
All right.
and not because it's because all right, there's Spider-Man movies, and then this felt like an in-between one. Like it didn't feel like a real one. It felt like they were just putting out like how DC does comics, like animated movies.
Yeah.
Where it goes straight to DVD.
Yeah.
I was thinking there was more of that.
Yeah.
The hype that was around it was built that he was wearing Nikes and he was an urban kid. That was the only thing I knew about it, really.
That's true.
So going into it, it was like, what am I gonna see? Is it gonna be like a little cartoon? You didn't think it would be anything other than a cartoon
Yeah.
filler until the real Spider-Man hits next year.
True.
But it was more than that. And it was, you thought I loved Coco? Fuck Coco. This is 10, 20, 30 times better than Coco.
That is not right.
And it's probably like my
Yeah.
favorite movie of the year, to be
Oh
honest.
my God.
That is not right. That's inappropriate.
Wow.
I mean, I'm just saying.
How you gonna come on
It
this
was
show and tell
so
me you don't
well
like Coco?
done.
Good.
Everything about it felt authentic. It didn't feel forced.
If you guys want to hear this man's opinion of Coco, go back.
Well, I
To
mean,
the
that
last
was
time
great
he was on
too.
the show.
That was great. But this is different.
Yeah, yeah.
This is touched more to home, right? The kid. First of all, just start with the kid.
Yeah.
He reminds me
Yeah.
of my kid. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like,
Yeah.
he's like a mixed kid, growing up in urban.
And
like
he's here
Brooklyn.
in New York.
Yeah, it's just a lot of feeling to graffiti art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way it looks, the way it sounds, it's like really next level. And also, it's next level art. Like you haven't seen this in movies like that. At least animated movies. You're used to seeing it like Incredibles or Coco.
True.
When this came out, it was just like, what am I looking at?
Yeah. I mean, I was expecting the worst when everybody was hyping it up. I was like, oh, this is gonna be one of those movies where they hype it all up, and then I'm like, I show up and I'm like, it's for kids. Why am I watching this cartoon? And I will say, it is for kids. Honestly, it is for kids. It's not for adults.
Well,
It's
I'm a
for-
big-ass kid.
Adults can enjoy it. I'm not saying but it is for kids. It's fun. It's animation. It's young. It's alive, right?
Yeah.
But it's good animation, in my opinion. I think it did capture the city. It captured personalities of the city. The uncle, I think that's why I like that actor, and I didn't realize it was that actor until after the credits rolled. But I think the uncle was a great character when he was giving him advice and talking to him, and just the way they animated his expressions, the way he spoke. I was like, yo, this dude is like a dude from the block.
Exactly,
Like, I know
yeah.
that guy.
Yeah.
I
It was
know.
authentic, yeah.
Yeah.
They went deep. They everything, like how he dressed,
Yeah.
how he talked. He was like walking in his neighborhood and he gave people dap, and it was like
Yeah.
so like effortless
Yeah.
and easy, and it looked real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
even,
I don't go with that whole thing people say it's for kids, Because back in the day, I used to watch cartoons.
By people, do you mean me?
Yeah, no, anybody. They'd be like, oh, it's for kids. But these are adults making these movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they always slip in adult themes into these movies.
Well,
even to Tom and Jerry, or
but
it'll be like some undertone that you won't catch as a kid. But then as an adult, you're like, oh, wow, that's crazy.
But so what I mean by it being for kids and animation for kids is that it's not an adult animation in the sense that there's no like nudity, there's no violence, there's no like harsh things that would make you be like, yo, this is for adults.
People died.
Yeah, but
Like at least 3 people died.
It's like, it's animation violence. It's what they call it cartoony violence, something like that. They have a phrase for that. But that's what I mean. I mean, like, it's not an anime. Like, for people to be like, yo, this is for adults too, and this and the other. It's like, yeah, but it's still a family-friendly movie. It doesn't make it bad. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like, my son was like, no, but you're gonna like it because it's for adults too. And I'm like, yeah. I did like it though. I did like it a lot. Carla, what did you think of it?
No, I was going to say that I liked also the way that they presented the architecture and buildings, and the way that they presented the city was very realistic. And it's things that you see when you're walking around Manhattan or Queens or whatever, you see it, and then you see the movie, you're like, wow, cannot believe that they put that much attention into the little stairs, the sidewalks, everything else. So that was a great job.
Well, like, so that I'm not the only jerk on the show right now with a bad first impression, and then who had to like watch it and get a better impression. What was your first impression of it before you went to see it? Did you even want to see it, or did you come along just because we told you let's go?
I just came along.
You see? You see?
No. The same. I just said I had no expectations.
So what was your expectation of it? What did you imagine, Carla?
I thought it was going to be just like regular animation. Maybe like something take out of Disney, or fairy tales or stuff like that they're just animated.
So you thought there was gonna be princesses and
not
dragons?
princesses, but I thought that it was going to be just like that regular animation. I don't know, I didn't thought a lot of it, but then when I saw the story and everything else, it was pretty fun, because I don't know if this is the first superhero animation that they make like that, at least since superhero movies have become so popular.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is like the first one that they have done in animation. But for me...
No, they've done a lot of animated superhero ones, but they're usually pretty straight and dry.
Oh, okay.
They're very...
they look like DC, and they look like, flat I mean, sometimes they may put a little depth into it, but
not
really,
that detailed.
But
not like this.
They're in their fantasy world.
Mm-hmm.
They're in their fantasy universe. This one was like, they really brought New York alive.
In reality.
They brought the personalities to life. They did something to make it more alive.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's what, like, let's say my son, who is like a fanatic for this, maybe that's what he reacted to, that he felt like, oh my God, it feels real.
Yeah.
Compared to all the cartoons he's been watching.
I think he did, like my son did too, but I think just looking at it, the first minute it opened and they showed you the Marvel logo, they did it in a different way you've never seen before. So already you're like, what? And then as it got into it, and then you see all these other characters they're bringing in, and they come from different dimensions, and they're animated differently.
Yeah.
It was like, wow, like the pig looks different from the black and white fight in the war. From the Japanese anime girl.
The Japanese anime girl was the best.
Yeah.
That was,
and it all lives together, like in the world.
I want to see more about that.
Japanese.
She got me. That character got me to actually look online and Google search and find out the backstory. There isn't much written about it.
Yeah.
I think that's a great character.
I thought Spider Noir looked the best. It was almost like Sin City
in
this movie.
Yeah, that's true.
So it was, the way they did it was next level.
All right, so with this time that we have left, let's talk about, because we could talk about the art. This is an art talk. We talk about the art. I think the art is amazing. I think we just described it. They really capture personalities, the cities, all that stuff. Let's talk about it culturally.
Yeah.
So culturally, let's go with Carla. Carla, what did you think about how they represented Miles Morales as the Latino superhero? Because that was part of it that was kind of throwing me off in the beginning because of the hype. I was like, is it going to be cheesy,
No, it was actually pretty good. I think that they did a good job. I just didn't understood the relationship between him and the father, because he was calling him dad. Sorry.
Well, I think it's his stepfather.
But I think then at the end, I came to the conclusion that has to be a stepfather, because his last name is Miles Morales, but his father last name is a different last name.
Gotcha.
So I was like, I don't know if it's his real father or not.
No,
but
I think it is his real dad.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, because then
maybe somebody out there
His
can let
dad
us
is
know.
also Spanish.
in the
But
police
like, you know, like-
officer plaque, in the little thing that he was wearing, it had a different name, and they would call him by a different last name. So that's why I was like a little bit. But in terms of him being Latino,
But I think that's a good thing, though.
Yeah.
In the way that so many families are like that, it doesn't
Right.
even matter.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
It's a good blended
yeah,
family
yeah.
that they represented.
I honestly, I just thought that was his dad, and he's a teenager, so he's going through that. I don't want to be around my dad, or I'm not gonna call you dad, or
yeah,
tell
the
you I love
relationship
you.
between them two, it was
I mean,
funny.
that's what happens with kids, right? You
Yeah.
grow older, and you're like, all right, you try to distance yourself.
Research it.
Yeah.
But the way the mom spoke was dope. It was
yeah,
authentic.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, D, you know a couple of Spanish people, right? Like,
Yeah.
do you think do you think they represented people that you might know? Culture,
Yeah,
the culture.
it was spot on. It was spot on.
Were you
Everything
worried?
about it.
Were you worried about the reaction to like a Spider-Man that's not the white boy Spider-Man?
Not at all. Who cares? They've had Spider-Man for years. I don't care about what other people think. I was here for it. I wanted to see it. You know what it meant? It meant so much to me because growing up, I didn't see that kind of superhero, right? You might see every now and then you got a black superhero, just very lightly sewn in there. But to see my son experience that,
Right.
Yeah.
it says something to the bigger picture of the world, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
Well-
the world is inclusive. Everybody's included. You can be a superhero. You don't have to look out. You know what I mean?
I think
Dale.
that's something that I came out thinking about when I left the movie theater was why is it that they make such a good job doing this type of movies with diversity and so many different characters in an animation, but they cannot do it in real life? What is it that
'Cause it's
we
impossible.
cannot take
'Cause
it
we're
into
so
reality
difficult.
to have so many characters? You had white, you had black, you had Latinos, you had Asian in just one movie.
You're asking for too much,
How is
Carla.
it
You're
that we
asking for
cannot
too
do
much.
it in reality?
That's true.
But it was so perfect, and
Yeah.
it was so
It was well done.
it was well done in an animation
Yeah.
that I kept thinking to myself, this is a great story. Why can we see real people
Well, I think
playing it?
I think my concern about the cultural part of it was that I grew up in a time where I remember that there would be like, here's the white superhero and here's the black superheroes, and the black superheroes are always the black version of the other superhero.
Exactly.
And it was always like that. It was always like, this is just like that guy, but he's not that guy. He's this guy, the black one, or the Spanish one, or whatever it is, right? So I was like, oh, is this gonna be Spider-Man like just like Spider-Man, but the Latino Spider-Man? Like, am I gonna be frustrated? Like, oh, why am I watching this? The movie got me because at the end of the movie, I really felt like this is the better Spider-Man.
Right.
This is better than the other Spider-Man.
Exactly.
Right.
At the end, they sold me on
story
that.
is
Yeah,
better.
the story's better, the personality's better, his origin story's better,
His swag is better.
his swag
He
is
still
better.
wears his hoodie over with shorts and those Jordans.
That's something that
It updated, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The whole thing.
And even the superpowers.
He's brilliant, but he's not. And he's brilliant and geeky, but he's still creative. He's a well-rounded person. He's
Right,
brilliant,
exactly.
geeky.
Does
He's
art.
in a special school, but still is from the hood
Yeah.
and understands his uncle, understands the people in his neighborhood, understands everything.
Which is how real life is.
Exactly, exactly. So that made me feel at the end when he becomes Spider-Man and like he dons the mantle of like the costume of his idol, somebody he idolized. That made me inspired. I was like, man, that's the way I was when I was a kid. I was like, can I ever be that guy, or can I ever be that guy on TV? And then you realize at the end, like, wow, like this finally tells you you can be that, right? All right, you guys, go check out this movie. D, you give it 2 thumbs?
What? If I had more thumbs, I'd give it 18 thumbs.
What? It's a lot of thumbs, man.
All thumbs.
All right, go check it out. Spider-Verse.
Pero si lo estás haciendo todo igual, no tiene ningún color el paso que hace. Separa menos tiempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2.
Oh man, I'm afraid to talk about this topic. Culture talk. I think we're talking
Culture.
about superstitions, Carla?
Yeah.
Ah.
No, you should be playing Stevie Wonder in the background. Very superstitious. Writings on the wall.
Yeah, so we're gonna go through a list of Latino superstitions
Okay.
that I found online.
I'm scared. I don't want to give the guys, people out there, the listeners, the hex.
I
Yeah,
know,
for real.
don't be scared.
Don't
it's
jinx
fine.
us with these superstitions.
Just believe the ones you think can relate to you, and the other ones just dump them. Okay. So the first superstition, let's see if you guys have heard of this one before. It says, the evil eye will ward off evil spirits.
The evil eye will ward off. I've heard of the evil eye.
Yeah.
And
But
all
I
that
didn't
stuff.
know it was used to ward off evil.
Yeah, I thought it was like you give it to somebody.
Yeah, that's like
side
the stink eye.
Yeah,
so,
like the stink eye. Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
ugh.
that I haven't heard. I mean, what I've heard before, it wasn't an eye, but my grandmother actually, she bought me a little, Dios mío, bracelet for my toe, for my legs, whatever.
Your ankle?
Ankle.
My ankle, yeah, exactly.
We can go through all the body parts.
I was like,
Sit here
legs
and wait, yeah.
and knees. No, okay. So for my ankle, right when I was little,
Okay.
and it had a little piece, a little black piece, and she said that it was for my protection. And I used to wear it when I was little, and then obviously when I grew up out of it. So whatever, I
Was
keep
it, like,
it maybe like
religious?
It was kind of like religious, but I think that it was kind of like almost brujeria.
Yeah,
a
it's
little
brujeria,
bit.
superstition, black magic,
It's superstition. But it was
Voodoo.
the same concept of,
santeria.
it was the same concept though of that's gonna protect you, and then if this fall off, then that means that something evil was around you, and that bracelet was protecting you.
Okay.
So next one is
Yes.
eat 12 grapes on New Year's Eve.
Yeah,
What? Why?
I've done that.
I've done
Growing
that.
up.
That's like drinking wine without drinking wine.
On New Year's Eve, you gotta eat 12 grapes.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I don't know what's
12, because it's 12
12.
months of the year.
but I don't know what's the story behind it. I never heard what the actual story
Yeah,
is.
what is that?
What is
Yeah.
the origin from?
It says, on New Year's Eve, right when the clock strikes midnight and you have made your chinchangs, everyone starts eating grapes,
Your chin-chins?
meaning
Cheers?
cheers.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Each grape represents 1 month out of the year.
Got
So
that.
you can set yourself up for a wish granted each month.
Well, I didn't do it this year, so I guess I'm screwed.
Yeah,
Wait,
you don't
I
have a
fucked up
wish.
2019.
you got to eat them one by one or all at once?
So you
It's
eat
not
one.
the grape challenge. Can you stuff 12 grapes in your mouth? It's not
Whoa,
that.
Pause.
So you eat one, make a wish. Eat another one, make another wish, like that.
They have to be certain grapes, or can I get green ones or purple?
I guess it's up to you.
Preferably
specific.
seedless. Preferably
Yeah,
seedless.
yeah.
You don't want to be
I think
spitting
it's
out seeds
seedless.
and choking
Yeah.
on those.
I think that's understood.
Oh, okay.
So the green ones then. So the third one is keeping a full glass of water on the fridge or behind the bed absorbs evil spirits.
I've seen that. I've gone to people's houses, and I think growing up, I remember finding cups of water, glasses of water around the house, and I'm like, why is there a glass of water here?
Yeah.
No. In my house, I have tons of water because I'm lazy, and I get it, and I drink it, and then I don't finish it. And then later on at night, when I want something to drink, I'll go get
Yeah.
it.
Uh-huh.
So,
You know what I mean?
but now
Like
it's
I'm
got-
going
But
to the
it's-
bathroom, I'll grab it off the table and grab a sip.
Oh, you're disgusted, dude. With a
What?
big, thick layer of dust on it.
Yeah.
But it's not to protect the spirits.
What? Then, well, it's serving two purposes.
It's to hydrate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I also have seen that in my house. But another thing that my grandmother used to do is she used to put those mini aloe.
Aloe?
Aloe?
Yeah.
Aloe.
Aloe? Okay.
Aloe.
So the aloe, those little
Leaves.
plants, leaves,
Yes.
the mini ones, and she will put it on top of the door. So
I've seen that.
it will
I've
be
seen that
there,
also, yeah.
and like with a red ribbon and a white ribbon, supposedly to protect.
So you're basically telling us your grandmother was a witch.
Yeah, basically.
Maybe
With
she
that.
was a witch.
Like Sabrina the
She never
Teenage Witch.
said it, but
With it.
yeah.
With it.
And now I'm a witch too.
Oh my God.
So the fourth one is if you sweep a single woman's feet, she will be single forever. This one I've heard it a lot.
I heard a variation of this.
Why
Now,
would you? First of all, why would you even sweep somebody's feet?
I know that's like Karate Kid.
don't
But check
understand.
this out. My girl,
Uh-huh.
she would not let me buy her shoes, and she can't buy me shoes because if you do, it means the person's gonna walk out on you.
Really?
Yeah. So
Never heard of this?
actually just
That is
today,
crazy.
I was looking for some
Crazy
sneakers,
talk.
and we're trying to get matching sneakers or whatever. I'm trying to
Uh-huh.
buy them. She's like, "You can't buy them. You're never gonna buy me shoes because if you buy me shoes, it means we'll break up.
Crazy
Somebody
talk.
walk out."
Crazy
Oh.
talk.
It's real talk.
my
That's how she
God.
Real talk or crazy
No,
talk?
that's her talk.
I never heard of that.
But why
one.
would you sweep someone's?
Makes no sense.
I guess that if you're sweeping at your house and there's more people,
Oh, you mean with the broom?
so
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
with the
I
broom.
thought you meant like literally do a roundhouse kick and sweep her.
the leg and
yeah,
sweep the
sweep
leg
the leg
down.
like Karate
Sweep
Kid.
the leg, Johnny. No, I mean, but even why would you even sweep? Why would you even sweep somebody's? I don't know.
By accident, that could happen. I
Yeah,
can see
by
that happening.
accident.
That's got to be some old.
happened to
That
me
got
a
to be some
bunch
old
of
shit that
times.
like a grandma was trying to clean and she swept
Exactly.
your legs. Somebody else was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Why are you doing that to me?"
For
bad
sure,
luck?"
yeah.
I mean, it's all comes from some old person making something up.
So the fifth one is
Okay, I got the perfect picture.
what?
You're sweeping the house. Grandma's too lazy to lift her legs, and then you're gonna sweep past her legs. She goes, "Don't you dare touch my legs!" And to make you stop touching her legs, she said,
True,
Yeah, she just makes it up.
"Don't you
That's
know
bad
it?"
luck. Don't do that.
true, exactly. Okay, so the
Meanwhile,
fifth
she's
one.
married.
Exactly.
She had kids already.
She's-
I put two
Exactly.
and two together afterwards. I'm like, wait, bad example, not grandma.
Grandma is already married and had children.
Well, she doesn't
and
have to be married,
grandchildren.
but she has kids.
She doesn't need to be married no more.
Exactly.
So the fifth one is keep an upside down broom behind the door if you want to prevent unwanted visitors.
Well, this is getting crazy.
This is a lot of. It feels very country.
Yeah, this
Yeah, there's a
one
lot of
is-
brooms because they didn't have vacuums back then. What am I doing with my vacuum? If I vacuum your leg, is that the same thing?
It
well,
sounds-
that sounds a little bit dangerous.
What about my Roomba?
But-
My fucking robot vacuum that drives
Exactly.
around,
If
you
your
know what I mean?
Roomba passed through my
and touches my leg. What?
exactly.
I think I'm gonna make a good point at the end of all this, but keep going. This is making me think of something right now.
Yeah?
Yeah. Keep
Okay.
going.
Saving it.
The sixth one is, but don't forget to throw out last year's brooms in order to get
what's
rid
with
of
the
the
brooms,
evil
though?
in the house.
Witches, brooms, what's going
I'm telling you,
on?
this is grandma stuff.
I don't
all
know.
brooms.
This is
ladies
Are
in
these
the house.
specifically Latino?
well, according to this list, it's Latino stuff, but some of these I really haven't heard before.
I've never heard of that.
So it depends, I guess, in the country. Maybe this is a little bit more of South American or
Yeah.
in the Central America.
I mean, they don't have TVs, so they gotta make shit up.
I mean, they ain't got no superstitions about like your bank account, like or
Wish, right?
or
Talk
something.
about
How to
those.
get money.
Hey, don't leave your
gotta itch
TV
in
on
this
this
palm.
because if you do the TV with this, then it is. Nope. It's
If your iPhone's
brooms,
face
No.
down,
grapes.
Grapes and
Next
stuff.
one, go, Carla, go.
Next one. If you put your purse on the floor, the devil
I heard
takes
that.
your money.
I heard that.
But
I heard
again,
that.
women.
That's a woman thing.
It's a woman thing. Again, all right.
Yeah, porque las mujeres son las que están en la casa.
Inventando historias, trying to
Yeah,
scare
they're
the men,
ones
trying
in
to
the
scare
house,
everybody.
and then they're
Trying to
thinking about how can I make people do the things that they're supposed to do. This is the way. Okay, the devil is gonna take your money.
If you keep leaving your shit everywhere.
If you don't help me clean or pick up, then you're gonna stay single forever. And yeah,
Oh,
that's the way.
you're thinking they're like, yo, this bitch keeps leaving her purse on the
Exactly.
floor.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell her that. You think
Yeah.
that's? I just think it's like arbitrary nonsense.
Yeah, I think
like
Carla-
who gets brooms?
I think Carla cracked the code.
No,
Yeah. They're like,
And
the-
she leaves her purse everywhere.
And-
I'm gonna tell her this.
And the broom in the back of the back of the door is actually for protection to like hit somebody on the head.
yeah.
But the grandma's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
no, it's for evil spirits.
Exactly. Or so that the broom is not all over the place and it's actually in one
Exactly.
place where it's
Exactly.
supposed to be.
I like
put
what you're.
the
I like
freaking-
what you're doing with that. All right, I'm with that.
that might be. Okay. The eighth one is if a bright colored bug gets in the house, is good luck. And this is more
I've
about
heard that.
specific bug, which is in Spanish is called esperanza, which means
Waiting.
hope.
Oh, hope.
Is it a grasshopper
It might be a grasshopper,
Yeah,
but
like
we
bright
call
green.
it esperanza.
or a cricket? It's either a cricket or
Maybe
a
it's a type of cricket, but it's
Anything
a very
bright
green,
green, yeah, very
bright
bright
green.
green.
And
'Cause
they
green
say
is money. And all that
exactly.
shit.
If
Okay.
you see it, just leave it. Don't kill
Same
it.
thing in Trinidad. It's the same thing.
That's-
Don't
that's-
kill bugs.
Country shit.
Yeah.
Again, that's country shit.
Now there's places that have bugs, so it's warm climate shit.
If I
Exactly.
see a bright colored bug in
It's
my
island
apartment
shit.
here in New York,
Killing that shit.
Yeah.
Even if it's a butterfly, the most beautiful butterfly.
I'm thinking it's glowing, and I'm thinking that bug should not be glowing. All my bugs should be brown. My bugs should all be brown.
Oh no. Well, that's what it is. And the ninth one is, and then there are the pregnancy baby superstitions.
All right, hit us with those. Those are good. Those are usually pretty good.
Babies have to wear red to ward off bad energy.
Never heard of that.
Never heard of that.
Me neither. Babies have to wear red to ward off bad energy. I really haven't heard that one before. If, like I said, if anything, what we wore as babies was a little bracelet that they will make with your name or
gold.
with
I
a
heard
little
those,
bit,
yeah.
all gold.
Yeah.
But I never heard of red.
No,
Right.
that baby's a blood. Get out of here.
Like exactly. But
I'm not gonna get my baby mixed up in some gang shit.
Gang shit. We're all red.
Yeah, get out of here.
the baby's ready for el sacrificio.
Nah,
Oh my God.
Red is blood. So
Yeah.
I'm not
All
with
right.
that.
The 10th one is if you're pregnant and rub your belly, the baby will get a mole in that place.
Oh, get out of here.
Is that stupid?
That
But
is-
you rub your belly all over, no?
but this is superstition. Who cares? Or maybe moles were a thing back then.
Yeah, maybe it was something that it was
Maybe.
unknown and it
Or-
was like where it comes from. Oh, if you rub your belly, that means that a mole will come out.
Or maybe it was negative. Maybe a mole was associated with something negative. 'Cause
Yeah, that too.
This just gotta show you. This goes to show you. Before science, people were saying to be dumb
That was
shit.
some dumb shit, man.
Dumb.
Thank
Very
you,
dumb
science.
shit.
Thank you, science.
God damn.
Thank you for letting us know. Okay. And then the next one is if you cut a baby's hair before they turn 1, it is bad luck.
I've
This
heard-
I've
heard
heard.
that.
I've heard
heard
that
that.
one. I've heard
Yeah.
that one.
And a lot of people do that.
And they made me when my sons were little, they made me wait. And I was like, this kid looking like an orangutan with these strands of hair hanging out, patches of hair. I'm like, can we just shave it down and like let it grow even? No, that's his baby hair. You gotta let it grow out. It's bad luck. You gotta let it grow out. I'm like, what the hell? He looks crazy. He looks like a
Which
little
is
crazy
different,
Einstein.
right?
With his hair.
Chinese people, they shave their heads, the baby's
Yeah,
heads.
man, fuck this.
Like, they're bald. Till
Oh,
they're like,
That's a
God.
weird superstition.
Five or something.
I'm curious where that came from, but that's some.
But I
old-
always believed it though.
I'm sure you did.
It's not
Yeah.
no, it's not that I believed it. I'm just like, what I gotta cut his hair for? He can't even hold his neck up straight.
Exactly. What's the point
I
of
mean, who
cutting
cares?
his hair
He's
if it's a
fucking
little baby?
That's what
Just
I
let
All
it
right,
be.
you want your kid get?
Grow
I got
up
another
and then-
superstition. Don't cut your kid's hair. He's gonna choke in his sleep over on his hair. He's gonna.
How he's gonna?
What,
He's gonna put it in, he's
Samson?
gonna put it in his mouth. His
You
long
really
strands.
think it's gonna
Yeah,
be?
who is he,
You know
Samson?
how long
In
it
the
takes
Bible?
for a baby, for a person to
It's a
have?
choking
Yeah,
hazard.
he's
It's a
not
choking.
Thor.
Shave his
Oh
head.
my
Shave your kid's
God.
head. It's a choking hazard.
Oh my God.
What's the next one, Carla? Come on.
Ay, no, en serio. The next one is to make labor easier, fill a large pot with hot water.
Again with the water.
But that's not really a superstition, is it? Isn't that real?
I don't
Don't
think
they always
that's real.
say? Don't they always?
And what
say,
do you do? You
They
pour
always
it on
say, "Give me towels and
Yeah,
hot water."
exactly.
They always say that.
in movies, yeah.
give
Even
me
when people get
towels and hot
shot,
water.
they say that. I need some towels and hot water.
Yeah.
What's the hot water for? So I could drink some tea.
I don't. That sounds like a weird superstition. All
Hot
right,
water saves
last
everything.
one, Carla. Give us the last one.
And the last one, pinching a redhead could give you good luck.
Oh, I do that all day,
That's
every
why
day.
you're so lucky, motherfucker.
What? Babe, I'm gonna come home and pinch the shit out of you. Just so you know.
D stay pinching
got you,
redheads.
girl.
D stay pinching
I be
redheads.
pinching redheads every day.
That's
well,
how-
redhead one.
There
I was gonna
you
say that's
go.
how you met her.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You're doing your
Be
lucky
like,
rounds,
Hey, I need, good luck, good luck.
and then you were like, you know what? She reacted, and you were like, you know
Yeah,
what?
there we go.
You can be my lucky charm.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's some racist
That
shit,
is
right?
racist. That is
You
very
think you're
racist.
like you're Irish for good luck.
'Cause-
You're like a leprechaun. That's what that comes
That's
from.
what-
Because
Fuck
if
that.
you because listen, if you flip that superstition and said pinching curly haired or kinky haired people brings you good luck,
Yeah,
you'd be
yeah.
like, wait a
Word,
second,
Exactly.
that's not right.
that's
That's
Yeah.
not
fucked up.
appropriate.
Well, I gotta be going around pinching redheads.
All right, well, you know what I would say, and this is because we're running out of time now, but I would say I'm curious if they're ever going to make new superstitions or if there are superstitions out there related to technology, the internet, your phones, because we're living on our phones now, right? We're in a technological world. I'm curious if there's superstitions like don't leave your phone something, or your password shouldn't be this, or if don't make your profile picture that, because if you do that, that's bad luck.
Oh, there's a lot
I'm
of.
sure there
I think
has to be,
yeah.
right?
But the thing
It's
is
like
that.
chain emails, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Chain emails.
Chain email. Oh, I
And
forgot
chain
about that. That's a
messages.
perfect one. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a
fuck
lot
y'all.
in Latino.
Trying to ruin my life.
They
Fuck out of
were
here.
Because-
trying to do that. They were trying to.
Yeah.
Get outta
If
here.
you have group chats on WhatsApp, ooh, that's the order of the day.
Don't leave your red messages unresponded to because it's bad luck.
It's bad luck.
Pinch a redhead, y'all. Pinch a redhead. Not mine, though.
You wanted me to teach you, right? This is street reality.
Hablando español, cara. Do we have Spanish words?
Yeah, we do.
I got one to start with.
Okay.
Roja head? I don't know. I don't know
Stole
that.
it. Stole it
Roja
from me.
cabeza.
Stole it from
Boom.
me. You stole
Shots
it.
fired. Shots fired.
All right. So how do you say redhead in Spanish?
Peli-roja.
Peli-roja.
Peli-roja. Almost
Peli-roja.
like peligrosa.
Oh.
Coincidence?
Oh.
Think
I
not.
think not. I think not.
So how is? Go ahead. Hit us.
Peli-roja.
There you go. Yeah, very
Peli-roja.
good.
Wow. Okay.
We got Miles Morales here in the house.
Yeah. Next one is how you say threat.
Threat?
Yes.
Threat. Huh.
Oh, I got it.
Threato?
Sounds nothing like the word in English. Threat is. But I'm not sure about the tense.
Okay.
Why are you so tense?
Amenazo?
Amenaza.
Amenaza.
Amenaza. Yes.
Where does that come
Amenaza.
from?
Amenaza is, think of the word menace.
Oh, I got it.
Menace.
Yeah, menace, threat.
Right.
It's close.
Amenaza.
Amenaza.
Amenaza. So then amenazo is if I threaten you.
Yeah.
No me
yeah.
hagas, no me amenaces.
Yeah.
Please
But
don't threaten
if
me.
you.
If I threaten D.
What?
If I
No
threaten
me
us, I'm
amenaces.
gonna pinch your redhead.
No,
let's-
amenaces.
Don't you dare
Mi
pinch-
pelo roja.
Or if D threats you.
Yes.
If D threats you,
Yeah.
it's gonna be D te amenazó.
Oh.
What?
Fuck. What?
That said Terminator? I felt like it said, I terminated you.
It sounded like it.
Yeah. Te terminó.
All right,
Okay.
what else you got?
Next one.
Yeah.
Pinch. How do you say pinch?
That's a good one.
Pinchar. No,
Oh.
that's a different thing.
That is, my friend, how you get into
Pincha
trouble.
maricón.
That's how you get into trouble with the redheads. Don't go around pinchando los redheads.
Pincha,
No, so
cabrón.
pinch is pellizcar.
Yes.
That is a big word.
Hit it, D.
No, you just say that again.
Pellizcar.
Pellizca?
Pe.
Pe.
Pellizcar.
G. Scar.
Pellizcar.
Oh, it's almost like leave a scar.
Yeah, pellizcar.
There you go.
Got you. I got you.
Pellizcar.
Pellizcar.
Next one
Yes.
is hot water. How do you say
I'm gonna leave that for
hot
D. I'm gonna leave that
water?
for D. I'm gonna leave that for D.
Agua caliente.
Oh, shit.
Or caliente agua. Either way. I don't know.
Two of his favorite words.
There
Word.
you go.
Liquor. How do you say that in Spanish? That is it.
Liquor.
Licor.
Oh,
Liquor.
maybe I do that.
Yeah. How do you say bracelet?
I'm gonna leave that for D.
No clue.
Bracelet.
Braceleto? Braceleta.
Bracelet. All right, so that's a little more advanced. Bracelet could be. I'm sure there's different names for it depending what kind of bracelet, but
Yeah.
we're gonna go with Pulsera.
Yes.
It is Pulsera.
Yes, correct.
That always throws
Sounds
me
like
off.
pulse. So I
So-
get it. Makes sense. It's on your pulse.
But what's bracelet?
Brazalete.
Bracelet.
Brazalete.
Bracelete. What's that?
I think that's more like, let's say,
Bracelete, isn't it the circle ones?
yeah, like when you go, let's say, to a carnival or whatever.
Which I'm going to. Yes.
And they put a little bracelet on your
Oh,
hand, but it's not
It's like jewelry.
jewelry. Yeah, but it's more like the one you use for an event or something like that. That's what I've
Or
heard.
handcuffs.
The difference between bracelet and brazalete and pulsera.
Okay.
And then do you have any other words?
How do you say Spider-Man?
El hombre araña.
It sounds so much
El
better.
hombre araña.
El
Yeah.
hombre araña. You know what? I remember that in Puerto Rico they used to have an advertisement that it was about Spider-Man, and it was with the voice from Argentina or Spain, and it was Spider-Man, el hombre araña.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, really?
Sí, y lo decían así. Spider-Man, andando por la ciudad. El hombre araña. Yeah. Porque entonces they would leave the word like that. Spider-Man.
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 They're like, and they don't even know what the hell is a Spider-Man, right? They're
Yeah,
just
it
like,
sounds like
that's his
Speedo
name.
Man.
His name is
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Exactly.
I know. Yes.
That's his name. It's not a description. It's his name.
It's his name. Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well, I could have some words. So
Yeah.
I think we've said this before, but how do you say superhero?
Superhéroe.
Superhéroe.
Héroe.
Héroe.
Héroe. Superhéroe.
Sounds like somebody's name. Héroe.
Héroe.
We were talking about the personalities. You know how the animation captured the personalities, right? So D, how do you say personality in Spanish?
I'm assuming,
Yep.
and not
think-
assuming.
I think
I'm
you're
gonna
gonna
just add an O or an E to the end of it. Personalitio. I don't know. That's the personality of my uncle. Personalitio.
Personality.
Personality.
Yeah.
All right,
it's my
so-
uncle's
That's a good
personality.
one.
Carla, you want to give him the right one?
Yes, so it's personalidad.
Makes sense.
Personalidad.
Dad.
Personalidad.
Yeah, like
Dad.
sweet dad.
Yeah.
A city.
So it's a
Gotcha.
state of your person. Personality.
Got it.
Personalidad.
Got
I
the hang of
guess.
this. I'm fluent.
Yeah, you fluent. You fluent.
Mad Spanish.
You speak it.
I speaks the language now, man.
So this is less of a straight translation and more of a, how do you say this in Spanish? How do you say mixed family, Carla, in Spanish, or blended family?
get
When you talk
cute.
about families that are mixed, is there an expression for that, or you just say they're from different
How do you
parents?
say mixed?
Mix is means like mezcla or mezclado, but we don't really have a term for mixed families like
Right?
that.
What about,
Familias,
uh,
I mean,
familia.
it's because if you think about the Latino culture, more Caribbean, we're so mixed already that we don't have a term for it because for us it's normal. In our families, you can have a white, black, like me, that I look a little bit like native, Indian, all in one family. So I don't think there's a term like that because we're not as divided as in the United
America.
States.
Yeah.
Well,
you're right.
I was even just thinking because we were talking about the character in the movie, and you were saying
Well-
you didn't know if it was the father or stepfather.
Okay, so
or
for
what it
that
was.
is
Oh,
different.
That's like a
I would call it
blended
like
family.
I would say extended family instead of
That's
In
mixed
Spa-
family.
In Spanish, how would you say that?
familia extendida.
Because usually extended family in English, you're talking about grandparents, great grandparents.
Yeah, I know.
You know, second cousins, things
I
like
know.
that, instead of the immediate family. But blended in English, the term blended family or mixed family is used like when they're talking about different previous marriages and different parenting and all that.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Carla. I feel very Spanish. Do you feel Spanish?
mad Spanish. Also, that was his real dad. I just Googled it.
Oh, okay.
All right. So then why did they have
Why
different
is
names?
Morales
Kept
then?
his mom's name. I don't know.
The
Strange.
mystery, the mystery.
Yeah.
We ended on a serious note here.
Yeah, maybe he left before and came back. It's getting dark. It's getting dark.
Well, all right. We wrapped up another episode. Look at that, how easy.
Yeah.
What a breeze, right?
Blap, blap, blap.
Thank you, D, for coming.
Always.
Sorry
My
about
second
the
home, third home,
sorry
fourth
about the
home.
parking issues here.
Yeah, it took me 3 hours to park.
It's all right. It's all
How do you
good.
say parking in Spanish?
Estacionamiento.
Yeah, times 12.
All right. So maybe you come back for another episode.
Yeah.
All right. So
When?
we're gonna right away.
What? Magic. And I'm back.
All right. All right.
right.
Next episode, we'll talk about a couple of cool things, and
Yeah.
you guys tune back in.
Stay tuned.
Peace.